In 2020, TECNO Mobile made its way into the Philippine market, and about 4 years later, they are known to be one of the best affordable smartphone brands in the country. What's up guys, Earl here, Hugo Tech, and in this video, we will be checking out TECNO's latest entry-level edition, the TECNO Spark GO 2024 edition. Packing a 6.6-inch display with 90Hz refresh rate, a Unisoc T606 chipset, and up to 4 gigs of RAM, plus another 4 gigs RAM extension, giving you a total of 8 gigs of usable memory, can the TECNO Spark GO 2024 be the entry-level device for you? Let's find out in this review. Right off the bat, you can easily get confused on which category this device belongs to, as the build quality can compete with those smartphones in the upper mid-range segment. This frame at the back is made out of a polycarbonate material, but these materials in combination feels very solid and sturdy in the hands. Up front, we have a 6.6-inch display along with the selfie camera cutout in the middle and the call speaker. Now checking out the back panel, we have a very sleek and simplistic treatment over here. Aside from that TECNO branding and that 13-megapixel AI camera badge, you won't see any other text and clutter. Now situated here at the back, you can see we have a dual rear camera setup. Don't be fooled by this third module right here, as this is where the dual LED flash is situated at. We'll explore more on this device's camera just a bit. For buttons and ports, on the right side, we do have the sleep wake button that doubles as a fingerprint scanner, as well as the volume up and down buttons. On the left side, we have the dual standby SIM card slots, as well as a dedicated micro SD card slot. Now up top, we have the 1 of 2 speaker grill, while down at the bottom are the 3.5mm headphone jack, call microphone, a USB Type-C port, and 2 of 2 speaker grills. Buttons are a little bit tactile, and the sleep wake button is also placed in a sweet spot, which is good for people with small hands. For the display, we have a 6.6-inch IPS LCD panel. It has a resolution of 1612 by 720, which is capable of having 267 ppi. Well, to be fair, the category that this device is in, you have an okay display to work with. Display is okay for its class. It's not so bright under sunlight, to the point that we need to cover the display with our hands just to see the text. Now, watching content, on the other hand, is decent. There are certain viewing angles where the display will look a little bit contrasty, so you do need to keep that in mind. But hey, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a 90Hz display refresh rate, resulting in a buttery smooth animation and navigation on the display. Overall, the display is bearable, nothing's gonna wow you. It is sharp nonetheless, but you really need to take into consideration that this device is an entry-level smartphone. So TECNO needs to cut corners here and there, and the display is no exception. Speakers are also okay. We appreciate that we have a dual speaker setup on this device. You can easily look it up the room at maximum volume, but we do highly suggest you to take advantage. It's here. The 3.5mm audio jack if true wireless earphones are not available. For performance, powering the TECNO Spark GO 2024 is a Unisoc T606 processor coupled with a Mali G57 MP1 GPU, 4 gigs of RAM with another 4 gigs of expandable RAM, 128 gigs of storage with support for micro SD card expansion. Well, as a productivity tool, the TECNO Spark GO can handle all the basic tasks we throw at it. Although we do experience hiccups from time to time, especially when we have several apps running in the background. Gaming, on the other hand, is possible, but in the lowest graphics settings that is available. We are able to run Genshin Impact, and to our surprise, it runs smoothly. Of course, there are frame drops here and there, especially when there's a lot of elements present on a scene, but it is playable overall. Mobile Legends, on the other hand, also runs smooth. We can run this game from low to even up to medium graphics settings, and it is still playable. We run it through our usual benchmarking apps, and here are the results that we got. Overall, performance-wise, the TECNO Spark GO 2024 may not have the latest chipset out there, but it is still reliable for general use. It feels a little warm to the touch after gaming for long periods of time, which is normal as we are really trying to push the processor to its limits, which resulted in a slight performance throttling. Now when it comes to the cameras, again just like I mentioned earlier, don't be fooled as it only features a dual rear camera setup consisting of a 13 megapixel main camera with an aperture of 1.9 and another 0.08 megapixel auxiliary camera. For selfies, it supports 8 megapixel camera up front. Image quality is average, you get decent color reproduction in most photos, HDR is somewhat decent, and images can sometimes be a little bit contrasty, but there's still details when digitally cropped. We had a bit of a hard time taking photos under portrait mode as it would really keep prompting us to go as far as 2 meters to function properly. We are a bit annoyed because we ended up capturing photos in standard mode for the most part. Selfies on the other hand are okay, skin tones can look a tad bit pale at times, and photos taken with a front-facing sensor also looks a little soft even taken under normal lighting conditions and not in beauty mode. Portrait selfies are also present and we are able to take selfies with no major problems. In terms of video, this device can shoot up to a maximum of 1080p at 30 frames per second. Although you have to keep in mind that there is no form of stabilization here. Now for software, the TECNO Spark GO 2024 runs Android 13 Go Edition skinned with iOS 13. If you're wondering what Android 13 Go Edition means, it is actually just a stripped down version of the stock Android version, which is specifically optimized for entry-level smartphones. The OS looks clean and you can still add your favorite widgets on the home screen. There are also a few customization options available like changing themes, app icons, and more. But we do recommend sticking to the stock iOS theme for a much more optimized user experience. One thing that we didn't notice is that there's no bloatware pre-installed right out of the box, skipping you the hassle of removing those unnecessary apps that are mostly present on most Android devices. For battery, we have a massive 5000 mAh capacity with 10 watt wired charging. Unfortunately, there's no crazy fast charging technology here, so juicing up this device from 0 to 80% might take an hour, which is still okay in our opinion, as we do get pretty decent screen time with this device. We ran it through our PCMark 3.0 battery test, and we got a score of 18 hours and 30 minutes. What this means is that this device can last at least 2 days on average use, which includes browsing the web under Wi-Fi and playing games from time to time, or a whole day of heavy usage, which in our book is a plus. While for security, we do have Face Unlock and the much more secure fingerprint scanner, which responds very quickly with each unlock. Now to wrap things up, the TECNO Spark GO 2024 is one compelling device for its class. It has an average display, okay performance and cameras, but what's important here is that you have a very reliable battery. Sure, there are a few noticeable shortcomings with this device, but overall, it's a solid contender in this segment. At a price of 4,499 pesos, you cannot really go wrong with the TECNO Spark GO 2024 edition. And there you have it guys, that's our review on the TECNO Spark GO 2024. Let me know what do you guys think about this device in the comment section below. And if you find this video helpful, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit the bell icon so you won't miss out of future uploads, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, and do visit youtech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been Aurel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.